Hi, I'm Jon Hudson, the founder of Hudsons Property here in London's West End, and I'm going to quickly go over with you the first quarter of 2022, hasn't it gone quickly, and explain to you what's already taken place. And an important 25% increase has already taken place in the first quarter. What could that be? Stay tuned. Okay, let's talk about residential sales. In the first quarter of 2022, we saw the return of the overseas buyer. Someone who's been missing from these shores for the last 2 years due to COVID and travel restrictions, etc. But they've come back in their droves as we predicted in our last quarterly update. In fact, last year only 30% of the people were from overseas, but they were generally more from Europe. But we're talking about buyers now from much further afield. And there are plenty of really good buyers out there at the moment, and stock is low. So there's a really good opportunity for sellers if you're looking to sell now or in the near future. There was also an increase in the amount of buyers looking for pied-à-terre, up 25% to the same period last year. But really importantly, we have seen the return of the buy-to-let investor. This is partially because property prices have remained quite low, but the yields are up a hell of a lot. And that is quite a lot more than the previous year. So if you're a buy-to-let investor, do take the opportunity, because I think things will change soon in regard to pricing. Instructions were down by 44% compared to the same period last year, which is significant, especially if you're a buyer because you've got less choice. But if you're a seller, it's a good time because it means for the first time in a while, prices should start to nudge upwards. And we've been tremendously successful for our sellers in the first quarter, achieving within 5% on average of the guide price that we set for the properties that we represented. You can feel that the market is starting to come back. You can feel the vibes back in the West End. We looked at the numbers, and the first quarter in residential sales in London's West End is as busy as it's been since January to March 2016, which is some time ago. Let's move on to residential lettings. The first quarter of 22 was pretty much like the last. Continuation of a lack of supply, over demand, low void periods for landlords, so when properties come on the market, they go very, very quickly, and a good choice of professional tenants. The other thing that is significant is that the amount of tenants that are looking to renew their tenancies and stay put. I mean, hey, who wouldn't want to stay in the West End? It's buzzing again. It's really starting to have that vibe again, which is really, really good. So it's been one of the best markets to be a landlord for a very long time. And it's quite strange because it almost followed one of the worst ones in COVID, where there was a lack of demand and an oversupply of stock. What did we notice? The key factors. So there was a 400% increase in renewals. So this is compared to the same time period last year. There are now 3 offers per property on average that landlords can choose from. So you're going to make sure you get the very best tenants. References check out, and they're going to hopefully look after your property and your prized asset. But stock is the big problem. It is down so much, 60% down. It's significant. It's going to continue to be that way unless something significant changes. And hopefully, as I mentioned before, we will get the return of the buy-to-let investors because property prices have remained low and the yields are really going up. The rents from the COVID lows have risen by 26%. And these are the yields that landlords have been looking for many, many years. And I can see that pressure going forward in the next quarter with an over demand and a lack of supply continuing. So that's it for another quarterly update. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do visit our website, hudsonsproperty.com, for more information on the services we provide, along with the wonderful properties we represent. Thank you very much for listening.